Aloha everyone! Today is a very big day for our Rainbow Warrior golf team, and I have the pleasure of introducing to you our new head coach, Scott Simpson. He's a PGA Tour veteran, a U.S. Open champion, and many other things. So thank you so much for joining us, and welcome.
Hey, great to be here, Kayleen.
Of course. Well, let's get straight to it. We want to ask you what the fans want to know, which is, as a new head coach, what is your vision for this program?
Well, I've been a competitor for 40 years, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how good we can get. I'm going to do everything possible to help these kids succeed in the classroom and on the golf course. So those are my two big goals. I want our players to end their time at UH thinking they had the best time in the world. And that means hopefully playing some great golf, competing in some great tournaments, some of which we even host, and then just getting ready for the rest of their lives. You know, I was real fortunate to make it as a pro golfer, but I also graduated from University of Southern California, knowing that most players don't make it as a pro. So let's get on with life, and what a better place to live than Hawaii.
Right, and I mentioned a little bit of your accomplishments, but like you said, you've been a veteran for a while. You have over 40 years of professional experience. So how's that experience, and you, like you said, alumni of USC, and all that, many more accomplishments you talked about, how is that going to help you lead this program, and what can you bring to this program with all that experience?
Well, one thing I hope it helps with recruiting. I know if these a lot of the other coaches are former tour players or college players. Stephen Bidney with the girls team is a really good player who tried the mini tours for a while, and I just think with my experience, hopefully kids who really want to make it, I made it, and so I can hopefully help them in areas like what does it take to get to the top level? What does it take mentally? What does it take physically? I'm going to be able to work on their games, hopefully get their games just technically better, and also work on the mental side on how because golf is so mental. Golf's one sport that you initiate all the action. I mean, the ball doesn't go anywhere until you hit it. So there's a lot that goes into our heads when we're trying to figure this silly game out. And we're also going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. Organized practices with some competitive drills and things, and we're going to also associate with the girls team. I was, like we said, with assistant coach there, and I think getting the teams together will be a lot of fun and just great they can support each other.
Yeah.
So we got some big plans.
Yeah, you talked about you're the assistant coach for the last 2 years of our women's golf team, but you've also been in the community. You've been teaching a lot of youth and helping their game out. So I don't know, how do you apply that to now being a head coach of a collegiate team and kind of taking that next step on the collegiate level?
Yeah, I think for the last 7 years, my mom and dad were school teachers, and I've always enjoyed helping people. We play pro-ams on the tour every week, and I always have enjoyed helping people and trying to get their games better. And so when my wife and I decided we would live in Hawaii the rest of our lives, I was looking for something to do, and I always wanted to see if I could be a teacher. Teachers, it's tough. It's a different thing, and so I'm really open to learning, trying to learn everything I can about the game, and I've really enjoyed helping the kids. David Ishii helps a ton of kids in Hawaii, and David and I have been friends for forever. And David, a lot of times, he teaches in a studio now, and so a lot of times when kids want help with their short game or getting on the course or how do I think on the course, a lot of times he'll send them my way. So we work with a lot of the same kids, and it's been so much fun. So much fun seeing them get better.
Yeah.
That's one of my draws, just to think about, geez, wouldn't it be fun to actually coach a team and really invest in those kids' lives.
Yeah, see that growth and development process and all that. Well, you talked about your wife, and you talked about how you've been here in Hawaii for the last couple of years. What people may not know is that you do have strong ties. So talk about what Hawaii means to you and your family.
Yeah, I first came over here as a junior golfer, actually, with San Diego. And, man, I loved it. I just loved Hawaii. And then, fortunately, I was just, one of those things. I met my wife in high school. she's born and raised in Hawaii. Mom, local girl. Dad was in the Navy, repairing periscopes, and he had just the best job in the world. So, but they retired, fortunately for me, in San Diego, and met her in high school. And we thank goodness she asked me out. I was too shy, and we've been together ever since, and just had a fantastic marriage, 2 kids, and we actually, as soon as I could afford it, we bought a condo over in Hawaii Kai and the Commodore, and we would come over every winter at least, and a lot of times in the summer. And then we loved it so much, we decided, let's move here. And we moved here in the 90s, and then found out playing the tour with kids, it was just those extra days away just kind of drove me crazy. I'm a big family guy. So we had moved back to San Diego, and then we moved back here 7 years ago for good. And home in Kailua, and we're not going anywhere. So just love Hawaii, love everything about it. The spirit of aloha, the history, the culture of Hawaii, going back, influenced obviously by the native Hawaiians, and then obviously a real mixing pot here. And I just love everything about Hawaii.
Last but not least, I'm going to give this to you. What is your final message to our fans as you are Coach Scott Simpson, the new head coach of Men's Warrior golf team?
Well, we're gonna have some fundraisers, so keep a lookout on those because they're going to be the most fun, most enjoyable fundraisers you're going to play in all year. I was active in the fundraisers we did for USC, which were real successful, and I want our community to get to know our players, especially at those fundraisers, a chance to really meet the players, interact with them, and it's also a chance for our players to get to know our community because if you're we have Jake who's going to be an engineering major. He's going to need a job someday, so let's get to know everyone who lives and works here, and I think it's going to be a great time, and we're going to compete. We're going to compete hard. We're going to really bear down on the practices and figure out what we need to do to get better. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun just seeing how good we can get. Hawaii has so much to offer. We've got great golf courses that have been so open to us, great practice facilities. So there's no reason we can't become a really top quality golf team. The women are on their way, and so we're gonna see if we can push them also.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on being named our men's golf coach. We're so excited to see what you have in store for this program. Well, everyone, thank you for joining us today. I'm Kayleen Fukushima. That was Scott Simpson, and this has been Face to Face. Go Bows!